It was in the year 1914. The world was on the precipice of an unimaginable conflict. What began as a regional dispute in the Balkans quickly spiraled into a global war that would redraw maps, topple empires, and change the course of history forever. It started with the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in Sarajevo on June 28, 1914. His death at the hands of a Bosnian Serb nationalist set off a chain reaction. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, triggering alliances that had been quietly forming for years. Germany backed Austria-Hungary, while Russia stood by Serbia. France and Britain soon entered the fray, and by August, the world was at war. The battlefields of Europe turned into nightmares of trench warfare. Soldiers lived and died in muddy, rat-infested ditches, while machine guns, poison gas, and artillery rained destruction. The war, initially thought to be over in a few months, dragged on for 4 grueling years. Meanwhile, the Ottoman Empire and Bulgaria joined Germany and Austria-Hungary in the Central Powers, while nations like Italy and later the United States sided with the Allies. The war spread across continents, from the deserts of the Middle East to the waters of the Atlantic, where German U-boats prowled mercilessly. By 1917, the tides began to turn. The Russian Revolution forced Russia out of the war, but the United States' entry provided fresh troops and resources to the Allies. The Central Powers, exhausted and facing internal revolts, began to crumble. In November 1918, Germany signed an armistice, effectively ending the war. The aftermath was staggering. The Treaty of Versailles in 1919 imposed heavy penalties on Germany, dismantled empires, and redrew borders across Europe and the Middle East. The Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman empires collapsed, giving rise to new nations. The League of Nations was formed in a bid to prevent future wars. Yet, the war's consequences were far from over. The harsh peace terms sowed the seeds of World War II, and colonial subjects who fought for European powers began demanding independence, setting the stage for decolonization. The Great War had not only reshaped global borders but had also altered the political landscape of the entire world. World War I was more than a war, it was a turning point. It ended old monarchies, introduced new warfare tactics, and set in motion events that would shape the 20th century. The world that emerged in 1918 was vastly different from the one that had existed in 1914, proving that no war, no matter how great, comes without profound and lasting change.